friends, we're going to go ahead and make our Charoset today. That is one of our condiments for our Passover Sedar supper. So I've had this pan heating up a little bit. Let me get my coffee. It's my second cup today. I definitely need it. So I've got probably like 2 cups. You only need about 1 cup. And actually the batch I'm making, I probably only need like a half to a quarter. But I figure I'm doing this, I might as well, because I use toasted walnuts or pecans for a lot of different things. So just for eating. So I've got that on medium high. Let me get my spoon. And we're just going to toast those till you start to smell that nice warm nutty smell. This is going to release some of the oils and just give you a more flavorful dish. And you don't want to leave this. You got to stay right by it because it can go from good to bad really quick. So you can already smell a little bit. So while we're doing that, watching it ever so closely, we're going to go ahead and prep some of our ingredients. So let's go ahead and peel our apples. Now, I know every region has different apples, and oh, yeah, that's my garbage bowl, so, have to do that all at once. You gotta watch these. They're smelling pretty good. Doesn't take long. Now, I had a lot of that dust, the nut dust at the bottom, so that is scorching a little bit, which I don't want it to change I should have put these in separately without that, because I don't want that to affect my flavor. So I'm taking it off the heat because of that. Forethought. Don't just throw that whole bag in. I should have pulled some out and put it in a bowl or a cup so that I didn't have all that bottom of the bag dust. You know what I'm talking about? So this will still, because the pan is pretty hot, this is still going to toast my walnuts. Let's give it a little taste. It's almost there. I'm going to turn this off and put that back on there and let it finish doing its thing. Let's go ahead and take the little center part out, and we'll core them after we do this part. It's a nice thing about these certain peelers, vegetable peelers. It's nice with this tip. You see how that it just goes down in there and stir. Yeah, we're good. We're good with these. And then we're just going to peel, and we're going to core, and we're going to chop. You can chop it by hand or a little food processor. Different years, I make this different texture. Sometimes a little bit a rougher chop, a little bit of a bigger chop, and then other years I've done it more fine with my mini chopper. The thing is, you can't have it too big because you are putting it on the matzah, and you want to be able to have a bite-sized amount that you're going to put on your matzah cracker. And it's supposed to represent the mortar, so I'm going to give this another stir. Probably in whole, it'll probably take you about 5 minutes, which has been less than that. But just for demonstration purposes. And because I got all that dust in there, that nut bottom of the bag stuff, I didn't want that to scorch much and ruin my nuts. Really toasting the walnuts, I've done it without toasting, but toasting the walnuts just brings out a nice flavor because it brings out those natural oils. And I'm just making a small batch, really just so I can show you the recipe, because it's actually before Passover, and this will not last until Passover. Probably last in your fridge for about 5 days. 3 to 5 days. And we always eat it like a little side on our plate when we have leftovers, or we'll just eat it for snacks with some matzah. You can even use it in pancakes, or if we have some leftover. I mean, if you're during Passover, they don't have anything with leaven, but we don't follow that strict rule. On Passover, we'll have like unleavened desserts and unleavened. Of course, we have the matzah. We don't have any regular raised bread dough. I got that. That's good. You know what? I'm gonna put some in here. Some in a pan. All right. So now we're gonna take our handy dandy apple core. You don't have to have one of these to do it, but I have one, and it's very nice. So I just put it down in the middle. Give a good hard push and twist. And there's a little lever on here. You just press that, and voila. It's great for making apple pies. You can also go on the other side too. Let me show you. I know I've got quick here. Lever. Ta-da! Yeah. There we go. So it has this little thing that sharps goes down in there, a little sharp. Just there. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna set that aside. So, oh, we need lemon. I did forget lemon. We use a little fresh lemon zest so that when we chop these up, it doesn't have, helps them not to oxidize so much. I mean, we're going to be adding cinnamon and red wine in here, so it's going to discolor it anyway, which is supposed to look like mortar. So you can, I might chop these up by hand today. And I'm just going to watch your fingers. You know what? I'm gonna end up putting these in my mini chopper. I don't like that big. I'm probably being a little fussy. Let's see. Let me try one more. I think so much. I'm so used to using that little mini chopper. I'm gonna just slice this down a little bit more so I can have smaller pieces. Because I don't want the extra dishes. You get what I'm saying? This is really a quick dish to make. You can make it the night before. I certainly do. I prep as much as I can. Whatever I can do the night before the festivity. That's what I do, because I hate to be so overly busy that you can't enjoy your guests. You can't enjoy the whole occasion if you're Too much of a Martha. You want to be a Mary and enjoy everybody. It's like Martha and Mary, right? Mary chose what was best, sitting at the feet of Jesus, learning. He was there then. And your guests are there then. Try to get as much done as you can so you can enjoy your guests. That's my old self saying that to my younger self. Yeah, this is working better. Smaller. I'll show you close up. Probably too far away. See if I can get a little closer. Actually, I don't need the stove in this part. Yeah, so that's, see, that's a little rough chop. I told my sister I would tag her so she can have this recipe. And see, you could, this is quite a bit. Now, you're going to adjust this to how many people you're going to have. I think if I have a regular family size gathering, I generally do about 4 apples. So here's 3, which is quite a bit for just me and my husband. I'll eat it for snacks. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the bowl. That's right, I was going to slice down that other. So there's a few extra bigger chunks, but not the end of the world. Just basically slice it in half. And then I'm just, you can see I'm making little thin. Can't do it that way, sorry. There we go. And then I'm slicing it in little thin slices so that when I chop the other way, it's pretty small. This apple is a little more mushier. I think I have 2 different kinds of apples. You definitely want a sweeter apple for this recipe. I can't even remember how many different types of apple. You know, I lived in upstate New York I lived in Connecticut growing up as a kid, and then upstate New York. And of course, upstate New York is known for all their apple orchards. And they have some amazing varieties of apples, which I miss. Now that I'm on the Pacific Northwest, I'm learning all their apples because I live in Washington, and they are known, especially Spokane area is known for certain kinds of apples. They have a lot of Gala here. They have Cosmic Crisp. Have you ever heard of that? There's kinds here that I never heard of when I lived in New York. There's Cosmic Crisp, Pink Lady. I've heard of Fiji before. They have a lot of those here. I'm trying to think what else they have here. This is quite a bit of apples, as you can see. If you were going to do this for like a church gathering, you know, usually like when you have a church gathering, you have a list with people bringing some of the same things. Maybe 2 people would bring the Charoset. Maybe 4 people would bring the grape juice because you use a lot of grape juice or wine. So we're drinking 4 cups each. So see there? And I'm just taking some of my lemon juice and squeezing that over the top. About half a lemon. And I'm going to use this spoon because We're going to be putting nuts in here. Anywho, looks good already, doesn't it? All right, so then we're going to put in some raisins. Going to wash my hands. So let me leave this sticky. This is super simple. Yeah, if you're going to do this for church, which I've helped host many at church, you got a whole list. You're going to make yourself a little worksheet of all the ingredients you need, and you'll have 4 people bring this, 3 people bring that. You need parsley, you need horseradish, you need, of course, wine or grape juice. I wish I had the golden ones. I think it'll look prettier, but I didn't have any. I'm going to use about 1/4 of a cup. That's all I really need in this. And we're going to just do a pinch of salt. Pinch. And we're going to use some teaspoon, or a teaspoon. We're going to not use a whole teaspoon. I think we'll probably need like a half a teaspoon, excuse me. Yeah, I need a little bit more. 3 apples, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon. I think I use a whole teaspoon if I have 4 apples, so. But you can add some more if you want it. Give it a little taste. Oh, that was yummy. Now we're going to put some honey. And now let's put our nuts in. We're going to chop those because remember, we are going to use our mini chopper for that. Because we want that a little finer. Because you don't want to bite into a half a nut or a whole nut. It's too much. Now let's, real quick, let's put our nuts in there. This is coming along real easy, right? Pulse. Keep in mind your guests. My husband and I are going to be eating this if we're older. We need things more finely ground. Our teeth aren't as great as they used to be. So this is what I got. And you can use yours a little bit more if you want, but that's a good chop. It's like everybody makes this recipe a little bit different, a little variation. Some people use dates, like I said. My friend was just telling me, "Oh, I'll send you a recipe." I said, "Oh, I've been making Charoset for years," and she was saying what she uses, and I'm like, "Oh, you use dates? I don't use dates, but that still sounds great." All right, so let's give that a stir. Then we'll put our honey, and then we're going to put a little bit of grape juice. If you're going to use red wine, use like a very sweet dessert type of wine. I recommend Manischewitz. That's pretty sweet. I can't drink much of that. It does give me a major headache. So most wines do. You can get sulfite free wines. And we're going to use probably close to 1/4 cup of honey. Now I had to sit in a little bit, so it's getting. Let me try taking the cap off. There we go. If yours has been sitting a little bit, then you might just have to put it in your bottle in some hot water, or you can put it in the microwave for like 17 seconds. I've been making this for a long time, so I can pretty much just eyeball everything. Put a little more honey. If you want it a little sweeter, you can add more honey. You don't want to overdo it though, because you've got the sweetness of the apples, right? And that's as simple as it gets. Let me go get my grape juice. I'm going to give a taste. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I want to make this once a year. So, of course, here's a new bottle of grape juice. I think I have made this when I was maybe first starting out and with the red wine. Oh my goodness, I might have to pause this. There we go. Here we go. I didn't know the difference, I think, because we didn't have the internet back when I was first. I don't think we had the internet when I first started to make this. And just any old red wine will not do, because there's some of them that are just not complimentary, that are not sweet at all. A couple of tablespoons. You're just going to mix that up. Yeah, and you let this sit in the fridge for a little bit to incorporate. Get the flavors incorporated. I think it needs like a splash more. One more tablespoon. So what, 1 tablespoon per apple maybe? I have 3 tablespoons, so 3 apples. Might need a little less, bigger. Now those are about medium-sized apples. Of course, it's going to be different if you have a large apple, right? Oh, doesn't that look good though? Let me get my matzah. So remember, in one of my other videos, I don't know which one I'm going to put first, but anyway, these matzah, if you see them, they've been pierced. These are like a traditional kosher pierced, and it shows the stripes and the bruising. That's a representation of Isaiah in the scripture. It says he was wounded for our transgression, wounded and pierced for our transgressions and our transgressions. So that's really symbolic of Jesus. You know, he was pierced. He was wounded for our transgressions. It's just a reminder. That's why I love this whole Passover Seder meal. It just reminds us. All right, so we're just going to take a little. Like I said, normally this would sit at least a couple hours. So you can see what I'm saying, because you're going to serve this on matzah, and you don't want it so like big, the apple chunks, that, you know, it's not a nice bite size. So let's taste. Oh, it's so good. It's just right amount of cinnamon. The raisins gives it that little extra sweetness. Well, I hope this was helpful. Hope you liked it, Robin. Hope you make it. And I hope you make it. Let me know in the comments if you've ever made Charoset. If you ever had a Passover Seder before, let me know if you feel inspired to go ahead and try. I want to know how yours turned out. So do me a favor, will you like and share this today? And go ahead and follow me, and you'll get to see more of my videos. I'm going to do a couple other Passover type of videos. We'll see you next time. Have a fabulous day.